So I had to start the video like this. Trent Grisham is playing at an MVP pace right now, but look at this. He hits his 4th home run of the season and puts up number 4. What a way to start the video. If you would have told me that the best hitters in 2020 would be Mike Trout or Jose Ramirez or Nelson Cruz, I would totally believe you. But to say that Trent Grisham is playing at an MVP pace already, I would say no, you are lying. So I want to tip my cap to him, give him a quick round of applause. The Padres absolutely stole him from the Brewers, and the Brewers, they're not playing well, so they probably really wish they would have that trade back. But what's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have so much on the agenda today. We have the Yankees versus the Phillies. I mean, it should have never happened. It was pretty much David versus Goliath. We also have the Twins improving to a solid 8-2 record. They are looking unstoppable at the moment. And then also we have some pretty terrible news coming out from Atlanta. Mike Soroka, will talk about his injury because he is going to miss a pretty significant amount of time with an Achilles injury. But we do have some breaking news. This happened about 2 seconds ago. I actually had to redo this recording because I wanted to make sure that I had this completely correct. The Cardinals, I would call this an outbreak. They now have 7 positive players. If we're talking about the corona, 7 players have tested positive, including star players of Yadier Molina and Paul DeJong. I would say that Yadier Molina, I mean, he's in the twilight of his career. He's not going to be the best catcher in baseball or maybe even a top 3 or 4 catcher. He's still serviceable. But Paul DeJong, when he's right and he's playing at his prime, he is one of the best, maybe top 5 shortstops in all of baseball. You could argue top 7 with Xander Bogaerts, Trevor Story, Javier Baez, Francisco Lindor, all of those guys. But yeah, it's just crazy to me that the Cardinals are going to have to send out a roster and postpone games because of casinos. I don't know if it was because Paul DeJong and Yadier Molina went to casinos, but some Cardinals players did go out and they tried to have some fun, which is completely irresponsible. Now, these reports have been confirmed. Another story that I do want to recap real quick is the fact that we reported that the Marlins went out to clubs and everything like that. Derek Jeter, he runs the Marlins now. He pretty much said, no, that did not happen. They went out for coffee, they went out to a dinner, and then they went out for milk. I haven't heard that phrase since 1917. Who goes out for milk anymore? I mean, maybe these guys are trying to build some strength or something like that, but I do have to give them props. The Marlins, they now have 0 positive tests. They are ready to play. The Cardinals, it's going to be a minute. Shohei Ohtani, his MRI came back that he had a strain in his flexor in his right arm, so he's going to be out from 4 to 6 weeks pitching. Now, he's still going to be available to DH. Now, at this point in his career, I still really want him to be a pitcher, but it's coming to the point where every time he gets onto the bump, he's putting the Angels at a disadvantage because he's walking 5 to 6 guys, he's giving up a ton of runs. I would just use him as a hitter for the rest of 2020 and call it a day. Now, speaking of the Angels real quick, they are calling up super prospect Joe Adell. He's supposed to be pretty good, and maybe he adds something to the Angels. I have no idea. The Mets faced off against the Braves yesterday, and the Mets finally got a really good win. Jacob deGrom was on the mound. He sauced up 10 Atlanta Braves. Robinson Cano and Wilson Ramos both combined for 6 RBIs, but I think this story from yesterday, unfortunately, is Mike Soroka. I do want to warn you guys that this video is a tiny bit graphic. If you take a look at his right heel, you can see it sort of ripple as his Achilles did not hold up to the pressure that he was putting on it. It's the same injury that Kobe Bryant suffered, Ryan Howard, as most recent as Kevin Durant. So I'm hoping that Mr. Mike Soroka comes back healthy because he has a wild future in front of him. He is so good. But like I mentioned, the Mets, they finally got Jacob deGrom some run support. So there's some good news. So the Yankees had won 6 games coming into the Phillies matchup, and the Phillies haven't played in almost a week. Yeah, I mean, we have Garrett Cole on the bump against a team that really hasn't been able to face live pitching for 7 days. It's just never going to work out in their favor. So again, it was David versus Goliath. You had Garrett Cole, Aaron Judge, DJ LeMahieu, Brett Gardner, and Aaron Hicks, and also Gio Urshela, who is playing out of his mind right now up against a hapless Phillies. I will say the Phillies fought back, but Garrett Cole, he improves to 3-0, and I don't think that he's lost a regular season game in the last 9 to 10 months. It's been a while. So we saw Trent Grisham go off in the...
Tipped into the glove of Sanchez, and
a slide to right, deep right. Harper at the track, Harper at the wall. Gio flies one deep to left. McCutchen going back on the track. McCutchen in front of the bullpen.
Right up the middle, caught there by LeMahieu.
Intro, but two other players that have been super red hot as well. One, Will Myers, he is playing like Tampa Bay Will Myers, and then Fernando Tatis, they both carried the Padres to a really close win, 5-4 over the mighty Los Angeles Dodgers. So the offense came in huge. Kirby Yates was able to shut it down. We're going to move on to the Giants game as they faced the surprise Rockies, who are playing amazing baseball right now. I'll go ahead and throw up their record at this point right now. The Rockies, they steal a 7-6 ball game over the Giants. Chris Owings, he had a nice game, and I want to ask you guys, can the Rockies keep this up? I think that they can if Kyle Freeland, if he can be 2018 Kyle Freeland along with German Marquez and Antonio Sensatella, if they can keep the score within reaching distance, I think the offense, they are absolutely stacked. They can overcome a 1 or 2 run deficit pretty easily. So the Rockies, I gotta tip my cap to them. So like I mentioned, the Minnesota Twins improved to 8-2, and I have to show you guys how the game ended. So it was on a walk-off. What was the manager of the Pirates thinking? They're in full-blown tank mode, considering there was an open base at first base. Nelson Cruz, one of the best hitters in baseball, is at the dish. You 10 times out of 10 walk him to face the on-deck hitter, Miguel Sano. One, Miguel Sano is not fast, and two, he's been in a slump to start the season. I think he has a 136 batting average with 10 strikeouts in the last 7 games, so I have no idea what was happening, but the Twins, they get a cheesy little win. I don't know. The Twins, they're 8-2. They're looking really good. It's sad for an Indians fan like me. It's really sad. Now, speaking of another team that improves to 8-2, the Chicago Cubs, they finally get their first home run from their best player, Chris Bryant. I would say that when he's playing at his best, Chris Bryant is their most valuable player. He finally leaves the yard for his first home run, and also they get a gem out of nowhere from starting pitcher Alec Mills. He tosses 7 innings, does not give up any runs, and they beat the Royals to improve to 8-2. Now, another Chicago team, they're playing really well. The Chicago White Sox, they get help from Jose Abreu. They get icing on the cake in the 8th and 9th inning. I mean, the Brewers just kind of suck. Both Chicago teams are playing really well. I just don't know where this season is going. I can't predict who is the favorite. Is it the Yankees? Is it the Twins? Is it the White Sox who are up and coming? Is it the Cubs? There's just so many good teams in baseball right now, and it's kind of refreshing to see.
And Hira on the ground, and it's in the left field, a base hit. Coming to the plate. High fastball, rock to center field. Garcia back at the track. It's gone! 3-2 in the air, right field. Way back to the wall and out of here!
Francisco Lindor hit a bomb to put the Tribe on top. Zach Plesac was dealing yesterday until Joey Votto came up with about 5 inches between his hands and the knob of the bat. He chokes up so far. I mean, that's why he's Joey Votto. That's why he once hit 400 in one single half of a season. They picked up the W, and I actually have a bet with Trevor Bauer. Whoever wins this series, we'll talk about that in a different video. But yeah, Trevor Bauer and I, we have a bet going on as the Indians lose their 4th game in a row. Just not good. The final game from yesterday, we have the Oakland A's versus the Seattle Mariners. All I really have to show is this picture right here. It is full of offense from the Oakland A's. They get a terrific start from Frankie Montas, who is coming back with vengeance after he was suspended for PEDs in 2019. In 3 starts, he has a 2.24 ERA with a ton of strikeouts. And then also, quick little side note, the 10-game hitting streak for Kyle Lewis, it does end. So unfortunately, this year, no one is going to beat the hitting streak of Joe DiMaggio. So that record is safe and sound. All right, everyone. Well, that is going to do it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for the recent support. You guys are what makes this channel successful, so I want to shout out you guys. Now we're going to move into this day in MLB history. Nolan Ryan was throwing punches. I think we have 3 different milestones. We have a 300 win, we have 3,000 hits, and then a 600 home run, all happening today. And also, shout out to Papa Fuzz. It's my dad's birthday, so can we get some happy birthday Papa Fuzz in the comment section down below. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. We have hurricanes, we have global pandemics. 2020 is relentless. So I hope that you guys are just being good people and staying safe. Stay inside. Love you guys. Enjoy this day in MLB history.
Ready to work now to Don Baylor, and it's a high fly ball. It should be playable. Nichols is moving over. Nichols is there. The ball game is over. Seaver has won 300. He has become the 17th man in the history of baseball to win 300 games.
The pitch. Swinging a line drive, base hit. There it is. Number 3,000 for Rod Carew. Downing stops at third. And the game will be halted right here as a huge crowd in Anaheim. A standing salute to Rod Carew.
Single in the first. Watch out. Look at this.
Duo. High drive, center field, deep, going back Wells, looking up, see ya! There it is, number 600, Alex Rodriguez.